Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy Sunday. This is Eric with the HamRadioConcepts podcast, along with my best friend Chris. Say hello, Chris.
How y'all doing?
Hey, let me tell you about my weekend here, because I've already had a couple emails that said, hey Eric, how about that giveaway? You said you were drawing it Friday. Guys, when it rains, it pours, okay? So I had to ask Chris. First of all, my truck, the only vehicle we have, the rim cracked. Chris, you ever seen a cracked rim like that?
Not very often.
No, so I drove home from Fort Lauderdale and realized I almost killed myself with a rim that would have came apart and exploded on the road. So I started looking at the prices of rims. You know, used rim on eBay is $120, $150 with shipping. And then, you know, get a new tire, that's $200 something. And then I'm up $3 something. Well, I found an auction or a thing on Facebook for Ironman mud terrain tires with 4 of the same exact rims I got in Orlando for $450. So I don't have a vehicle right now, so I had to throw the money in Chris's gas tank. Say, Chris, let's take a ride, an hour and 10 minutes each way. Let's get these tires. Chris is amazed. He's like, dude, these things got some tread on them. Yeah, they're good. So now we're heading back home. Yeah, as that guy blows by us at 100. We're going back home and we're going to put these tires on real quick and then back. But in the process of this, I finally got my boat legal. So, hooray. Chris, you ready to go on that boat?
I'm ready. So ready.
He's ready to go on that boat. I had a little extra money for a couple things I sold. So I got the title transfer, the registration. I want to go out on that boat and just enjoy life. Remember I told you guys I was down in the Keys like 4 days ago? I said, you know, that boat, I want to take it out, spend time with the wife and my friends and just hang out and not work so hard, just be able to let loose. Well, I finally did that. So, hooray. And then it hits the fan. My poor cat, I had to take my cat to the animal hospital for an 8-hour stay, which cost about $1,200. Now, my cat, as of last night, has been deemed a diabetic. And this morning when Chris showed up, I had to give him his first insulin. He had an insulin shot when he was there, but you don't know my wife. Chris, you want to tell my wife waking up 7:30 in the morning for an insulin shot when she's never done that? Go ahead, tell them. Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
That's vicious brutality right there.
I'm like, honey, she was crying all day yesterday. I started crying. I'm like, man, my little buddy, you know, I put Snoopy down. You guys remember that. That was the worst day of my life. It'll never happen again. But then, poor cat, you know, he's been just like, he drinks water all day. He drinks a whole bowl of water, and he's kicking my door down at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning. You got to get up, feed him again. He'll eat like 6 cans of dog or wet cat food and a gallon of water a day, and he's peeing all day. And I'm like, I know something's wrong. We didn't have the money to bring him to the vet. So unfortunately, I had to let that cat suffer the last 2 weeks until I got my paycheck. That's just how life works now. And we won't get into those politics because I know Chris is smiling over here like, yeah, inflation and all that. I get it. But so when I was in the Keys, Michelle was taking care of the cat. I said, listen, we get paid Friday. The appointment's Saturday morning, 10:15. We will totally go bring the cat to the vet, the animal hospital. Right away, we bring him there, and the lady started doing, he's in trouble. He's bad. And here's Michelle. Starts crying. And I'm like, and the lady was looking at us like, look, you know, your cat's sick. He's very sick and this and that. Well, turns out he's got diabetes. Now, I did call this. I did say diabetes. Michelle was like, well, we don't know yet. I said, Michelle, I've read online. If it's on the internet, it must be true, right, Chris? So, I mean, you know, YouTubers. I was watching YouTube videos. Is this? Your cat's diabetic. So we took him to the animal hospital, and they did all the blood work, this and that. It was like $1,200 with the insulin we had to buy, this and that. So then they do this. Okay, here you go. So tomorrow morning, they showed us this, administer this. So here's your needles, you have to buy needles and insulin. And how many diabetics are out there? You can send an email if you have a diabetic cat, because I know people have diabetes, but if you have a diabetic cat and you do this every day, HamRadioConcepts@gmail.com. Send me an email and tell me how your progress has been so I know what to expect, because so far, he didn't really mind. Of course, Michelle, you know, vicious brutality, as Chris just said. Michelle, no. I said, Michelle, look, he lets me grab this skin. He's dehydrated. I just grab it. You fill the needle like you do, Breaking Bad or whatever movie. You're flicking the needle, like a druggie, and boom, you stick it in there. Boop, that's it. It's done. And he didn't mind it at all. So here's Michelle. I don't know how to do this. How many of you watch movies where, you know, the nurses go in, or you got the heroin guys on the TV and they're doing this and blah, blah, blah. Haven't you seen this? This is all we're doing. We're just giving them a quick shot of insulin 2 times a day, 12 hours a day. Unfortunately, now I can't leave 4 days to go to the kid. Listen, when it rains, it pours. I remember telling my wife when Snoopy passed away, I put him down, I said, listen, Cat's okay. I mean, this happened in 3 months, guys. So I said, look, we can't have anybody, I don't trust anybody but Chris to ever watch my dog. I never got to have Chris watch my dog because you had to pick Snoopy up, bring him outside, he'd pee, you had to feed him, had no teeth, you know, but he was good. But now I'm like, oh, the Cat's good. He'll sit all day. You could just, Chris could come over in the morning and fill the bowl up. He's good. Guess what? Well, now for the next how many years he's going to be alive, I can't have anybody come over because if they're not comfortable and I don't want them to kill my cat, I can't have them just stick them with insulin. It's really not that bad of a process. Here's what the bad process is going to be. Here's what I'm scared of. What I'm scared of is they give us the bag. You know, like when you're in the hospital, you have an IV. You remember IV, Chris? You know how they put fluids in you and this thing just sits there and drip, the drip, you know? They gave us the drip bag, and it says severely dehydrated, so he has to have this for 7 days, 1 unit or 100 cc, whatever that number was she showed me. So I gotta sit. Now this needle's big. It's not big. It's just you're gonna have to. She's gonna have to hold the cat. I'm gonna have to grab, stick him with this thing, and hold him and administer 1 unit a day until we call her and he gets his fluids back. Now that's not like just an insulin shot. That's gonna be I have to sit there and hold him. He's gonna be fidgety. So, Mr. Doctor Man is right here. That's what I used to tell the pets. You go and see Mr. Doctor Man, and Snoopy didn't mind. Cat did not want to go to the vet. And when we dropped him off at the animal hospital, and he was just freaking out, he didn't know what was going on. So, long story short, I had to sell a couple more things on Facebook. You know, some of these antennas, my Chameleon F loop, James bought that. You know, it's been sitting there. I haven't got to use it really. It was sent me my gigaparts. I want to use that antenna. Hey, my pet comes first. Ain't got the time. Tires come first. I'm borrowing Chris's vehicle, and that's been sitting at the house, and then he's driving me now. I feel like 15 years ago when I had my Focus and my Escort. I go, what are you laughing for? We had to borrow Chris's car to drive to his wedding years ago because me and Michelle didn't want to show up at his wedding, him and his wife, with our car that had no windows that rolled down, no AC, it just sweated. You remember that? You son of a bitch. You remember that?
I left the keys at the church when we got married, so we had to get a ride home from damn Anthony.
Yeah, so we had it all played out. And, you know, I've come a long way. I've been working my butt off, but, you know, Chris had 3 vehicles. I have none right now, so he let me borrow the one. So now today, we're driving right now. We went to Narcoossee Road. We're coming back on 192 toward 95 in Brevard County. Head back home. We're going to grab the pressure washers. Don't hit this crow. Okay. You know, we watched some guy wipe out a sandhill crane. Sandhill crane. Yeah, that was sad. But in a box truck. But anyways, let's get back to basics here. So that's my personal life update as we're driving in the mobile. This time I'm not driving. I'm just sitting in the front seat. I'm not working. It's Sunday and Chris is driving. But here's the deal. So the giveaway, if you guys just allow me a day or two, and I'm going to make it better for you. I'm not taking any more entries to those who have did the giveaway for a week and a half, and they thought Friday, have your entry in by Friday. I'm not going to count anybody after yesterday, okay? So if somebody enters, tough, because you guys were the ones to respond, so I don't want to make your chances even worse to win. So I'm going to just accept everybody to Saturday morning, and that's it, because my failure to provide this giveaway, and then my cat and all this stuff, and having to get tires, that shouldn't impede your chances of winning by 10 people finding the podcast and applying today, you know, or entering today. So you guys are safe. I'll do that for you. Give me till like tonight or tomorrow. I'll just pull a random winner, and I'll do it live on YouTube. That way the YouTubers can see, look what you missed out on. My podcasters are listening. They're following every day. And here's a giveaway. $129 Chameleon MCOM2 antenna, HF through 6 meters. Hope you enjoy it. I'll ship it to you. My dollar. Just give me a couple days. I'm busy. I'll pay out of my own pocket to ship it. I don't want you to be like, hey man, I won that antenna. Where is it? Just give me a couple days. I got a cat to administer insulin with. Okay, so that's it. That's my weekend wrap up. Weekend is pretty much went to hell in a handbag. I got my boat ready to go. The seats are all busted. Ain't got money to fix the seats. Chris, it's a deer. Look at the deer. Look at the deer, Chris. Look, it's a deer. It's not a cow. That's
a doe, son.
A doe.
Ain't no horns on that.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. We're driving down this road. There's just nothing but wildlife. You got to do something. Chris, you never been on my podcast. You tell, this is your time now. Whatever you want to say. Okay, you say whatever. What do you want to say? My tires suck. My cat's cool. Thanks for the podcast. Go. Tell them. What do you want to say?
Yeah, we got some fresh mutter meats waiting to be scalded down on the pavement. Kaboo.
Yeah, one of my tires is bald because of my smoky burnouts, but I can't afford that anymore, so I'm stuck.
You might as well just roast it right off.
Anyway, say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
You might as well just roast it right off.
So you want the one that's got the rim that's cracking in half. You want me to roast that on your street before we take it off?
Well, you know.
No, I'm going to be the responsible one here. Because you know what? You know what's going to happen? It'll be funny roasting that until I blow my transmission. That's the, or I burn my brakes or I throw a rod through the block. No, I'm not. Chris, what? 600 horsepower is a lot to handle in that diesel. Yeah, drive shaft comes through the bed. So congratulations, we can put tires on your driveway and you can't drive it home. No, we're going to be responsible in here. This Chris just, you know what. So anyways, thank you to my sponsors at Ham Radio Prep. They're the ones helping me, guys. Listen, my sponsors have no idea what you're listening to on this podcast right now, but they do know that they're giving you the code EricPodcast20, save 20% on any course you buy to get a ham license. But you know what? I wouldn't be able to do this today, and my cat would have probably died if it wasn't for Ham Radio Prep sponsoring me. So that's when I think my sponsors have done great for me on my YouTubes and here, and I hope you appreciate that my sponsors are helping me out. But the proof is in the pudding. This is not a sales ad. Just go to YouTube videos in the last 2 months and look at the comments and watch people say, "This ain't no joke, guys." Eric has said, "This is not a sales pitch. I got my license in 5 days." This is it. HamRadioPrep.com. Use the code EricPodcast20, save 20%, get a license. And then until October 31st, go to QRZ.com, enter to win the brand new QRZ1 dual band radio free. They'll give it to you free. Just show them you got a ham radio license. That's it. Doesn't matter where you get your ham radio license. Ham Radio Prep makes it 5, 7, 8 days. You get your license. Next thing you know, you go to QRZ.com, you get that free radio, you're on the air in a week, and just write me an email and say, you know what? Thank you. And put in the comments, tell them this isn't a joke. This is for real. Thanks to my sponsors and thanks to everybody on Patreon.com. We got a new patron who started pledging $25 a month. And he's going to be, I sent him a message, but man, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. More videos and podcasts are on the way. Let me get to Chris's house and get these jet skis sold to make extra money. Let me get these tires on, and maybe we can get out in the boat one day and do a podcast on the island. Chris, what do you think?
That'd be pretty neat.
We can do a podcast on the island, do metal detecting out there, and just have fun and not have to work our butts off all day. 7-3, KJ4YZI.